Today, I'm going to be talking about 7 things that you should definitely be aware of if you're moving from out of town to the Pasadena, Los Angeles area. When I talk to people moving from out of town to Pasadena, California, sometimes they get the wrong impression of what it's like here just from reading things online. Los Angeles County is very large, and it's easy to confuse Pasadena with what you see in other parts of LA. That's why today, I'm going to talk about 7 things that people mistakenly associate with Pasadena when moving to the Los Angeles area, so you'll know exactly what to expect when you make your move here. Number 1, commuting around LA is far, and the weather is different depending on where you live. If you look at a map of Los Angeles County, you'll notice that LA County is broken up into over a dozen regions. Major employers of tech, finance, and entertainment jobs are spread out all over the place, from cities like Culver City, Santa Monica in West Los Angeles, Manhattan Beach, Long Beach in the South Bay Gateway area, Burbank, North Hollywood in San Fernando Valley, and downtown Los Angeles in central LA. Pasadena is located on the very west end of the San Gabriel Valley region. And from my experience, most people who live here generally might visit adjacent regions but don't travel across multiple regions on a regular basis. The main reason is because of traffic and commute time. Commuting from Pasadena to downtown LA in central Los Angeles region is common. That's like a 30-minute drive. But if you're thinking about commuting from Pasadena to other areas in further regions like West Los Angeles or South Bay, you're usually looking at easily spending 3 to 4 hours a day back and forth stuck in traffic. That doesn't mean it can't be done. I have seen people live in Pasadena pull this off, but they will usually need to leave and come back from work super early or late in the evenings to beat LA traffic. With that being said, the weather here is also different than other parts of LA as well. Because of our location, we don't get much breeze here from the Pacific Ocean, and the weather is not as mild as people claim Los Angeles weather to be compared to other areas near the beach. Depending on the season, weather around here is usually 5 to 10 degrees warmer or colder than cities by the beach. When it's 85 degrees by the ocean, in the summer, it's close to 95 degrees here in Pasadena. When it's 65 degrees in the winter, it's closer to 55 degrees here in Pasadena. We do get 100-degree peaks in the summer, and during the winter we do see snow on top of the San Gabriel Mountains, but it never gets so extreme that it'll affect your day-to-day. The weather is nice and sunny 90% of the year and usually stays consistent throughout the day, so you don't need to worry about sudden temperature changes or sudden rainy weather. On the flip side, our cost of housing is also more affordable than parts of West Los Angeles too. The median home price in Pasadena right now is currently $1.1 million. If you compare that to cities towards the west like Culver City, Santa Monica, Hollywood Hills, you're looking at median home prices of closer to $1.7 million. Number 3. We don't look like downtown Los Angeles, and we have very different city policies as well. When some people who aren't from around here look on Google Maps, they see Pasadena as a metropolitan hotspot and think Pasadena neighborhoods to be generally more urban and resemble what they'll see in downtown Los Angeles. What they don't know is that only a small portion of Pasadena would actually fit that perception. We don't have anything like the skyscrapers you'll see in downtown LA. The most urban area with the tallest buildings here will be the 5 to 6 story condo communities near downtown Pasadena, also known as Old Town Pasadena. Old Town Pasadena and its surrounding neighborhoods is famous for having a more urban setting where you'll see a combination of restored classic historic buildings and modern contemporary architectural buildings right up next to each other. Now, if you're looking for nightlife here, we have a selection of pubs and bars in Old Town Pasadena, but the club and dance scene here is not the best. And we don't have large nightclubs like the ones you'll find in other parts of Los Angeles like downtown or Hollywood either. If you happen to live near the more prestigious areas of Pasadena, you will see neighborhoods filled with grand custom-built luxury mansions. These areas may look a lot like the more wealthy parts of Los Angeles County like Beverly Hills, but for the most part, most of Pasadena and its adjacent cities is made up of low-key 1 to 2 story suburban single-family homes and townhouse communities. With that being said, Pasadena is also a very independent city and kind of does its own thing from the rest of Los Angeles County. We have our own water and power company, our own police department. Even our laws and policies here are slightly different and specific to Pasadena. I know in recent years, the city of Los Angeles has gotten a bad reputation for its homeless problem. I'm sure you've seen footage of homeless encampments, tent cities, all along public sidewalks and freeway underpasses. It would be extremely unlikely for that to happen here in Pasadena. The city acts like a big homeowners association and really cares about its image. You may see homeless here and there in public areas. Everyone has the right to sit on the sidewalk, but they're not going to be camping, and the city makes it very uncomfortable to stay overnight as well. Over here, you can't have personal belongings, tents, umbrellas, or any type of shelter on public property. What you see on the news might apply to other regions in LA County, but it doesn't apply over here, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Number 5, people who live here don't go to the beach. A lot of people who aren't familiar with the LA area associate Pasadena with what they see online with Los Angeles, which usually includes easy access to open sandy beaches and mild sunny weather all year long. Sorry to tell you this, but if you plan to do most of your outdoor activities at the beach, you will be pretty disappointed here. The closest beach we have is at least 50 minutes drive away, one way without traffic, and you're looking at about 1.5 to 2 hours with traffic. For outdoor activities, we don't have much outdoor water sport opportunities around here either. What we do have are hiking trails with scenic mountain views and campsites within the Angeles National Forest. People take hiking very seriously here. Local hiking spots get tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. If wilderness hiking is too much for you, we have a plethora of regional parks all around Pasadena, like Ernest Debs Regional Park, Lower Arroyo Seco Trail, where you can enjoy magnificent city skyline or street bridge views while still being in nature and knowing you're surrounded by residential communities. And if that's too much for you, we have miles and miles of gorgeously landscaped suburban neighborhoods to walk and bike around. Areas like the Pasadena Rose Bowl, surrounding cities like San Marino and La Cañada Flint Ridge have some of the nicest streets in all of Los Angeles. Before we continue, if you're new to my channel, my name is Kevin Kuo, your Pasadena, Los Angeles real estate agent. I absolutely love living in this area, and I'm here to provide value and information about living in the greater Pasadena, Los Angeles area because I want you to love living here as well. If you're looking to buy or sell a home around here, you can call or text questions to the number above, or you can book an appointment directly with us in the link in the description down below. Number 6 and number 7. Car culture and mountainside living is not what it seems. When people look at pictures of Pasadena, they usually think of lushly landscaped neighborhood streets, clean roads and sidewalks, and assume it to be a very walkable town. While it is true that just about every city in LA County will claim that they have a great public transportation network, if you think you can live here and not need a car, I would strongly advise you to think again. Don't get me wrong, public transportation is getting better every year, and there are bike lanes, and the streets and sidewalks here are very clean and well maintained for recreational use. But because everything is still so spread out, if you're gonna be carrying groceries, dropping your kids off to school, or commuting to nearby cities, it's still most common to do so by car. Now, I have seen people live without a car if they happen to live and work right next to public transportation, if they're a student, or if they're retired living in one of the higher density neighborhoods like areas around Old Town Pasadena or around one of the college campuses. And recently I am seeing more and more people use alternative forms of private transportation like electric bicycles and standing scooters to get around. So you may be able to not have a car if you happen to be in one of those situations. Another thing is when people look into the areas of Pasadena near the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains, they're usually mesmerized by the mountainside views and opportunity to see wildlife right in their backyards. But what they don't realize is that living close to nature and the mountains has its downsides. Every few years during wildfire season, there will be a couple of days to even a couple of weeks where the air pollution gets so bad, you're recommended to stay indoors. If you live in the mountainside areas around Pasadena like La Crescenta, Sierra Madre, Monrovia, you may even be asked to evacuate from your home. I've personally never heard of anyone actually losing their home to wildfire, but it is pretty annoying to have to leave your home during those periods. Also, wildlife and critters are nice to look at, but they can be a nuisance when they start eating your landscape, going through your trash, or pooping on your lawn and driveway. And there are predators such as coyotes and bears here, so you can never leave your pets or small children outside in your yard alone. And always have to be careful if you're like me and you walk your dog early in the morning or late in the evenings. It does take some getting used to, but if it is something that you can live with, the pros of living in these mountainside communities will definitely outweigh the inconveniences. Hope you learned something new about living in the Pasadena, California area. Please comment down below if you agree or disagree with my opinions. There are so many things about this town I just can't fit into one video. If you want to know more about a specific neighborhood around Pasadena, check out the other videos on my channel. Until next time, God bless and goodbye.